I want to talk to you now about a business credit and how do you get it and build it faster this year. I want to share with you updated rules that really apply for this year going forward. I mean, after COVID, a lot of stuff has happened in this in the economy, and so it's important to really always have updated hacks. So here's the approach I want you to think about. So when we talk about the business credit, we are speaking about all kinds of rules and all kinds of possibilities for you to get approved a lot faster. But the very first thing, and this is a very updated hack here, you want to register your business and get an EIN. Now, in the past, there were some way to actually get around this rule, but after COVID and basically given the new economic environment, vendors and banks and lenders in general, they want you to have an EIN. So that's important. You got to register your business. If you do not register your business, you're not going to be to be able to apply for a business credit, whether through a bank, a credit union, or through a seller or a reseller. I mean, a vendor, if you will. So you want to register your business. You want to get an EIN. EIN means your employer identification number. Now, in the past, it was possible to apply like online, manually, like via snail mail, or also over the phone in some cases. But nowadays, it's just a lot better to apply online. It's faster. You get your EIN a lot faster, and you're able to start operating a lot faster too. So that's the first thing. The second updated hack that you have to really incorporate into your strategy if you want to get business credit a lot faster is to apply for business credit with Dun & Bradstreet. See, the thing is that when we talk about Dun & Bradstreet, a lot of folks forget that there are three primary business credit bureaus: Experian, Equifax, and Dun & Bradstreet. But basically, Dun & Bradstreet actually dominates this market by far. So it's a lot better to actually, first of all, get your DUNS number, so your DUNS number, your DUNS number, so that you can actually be seen favorably by all lenders and credit providers. And that's really good. And you can do this for free. I'm talking about having the DUNS number. You can do it for free on Dun & Bradstreet's website. So that's really good, because what happens here is that lenders and other businesses will often use this unique 9-digit number to look up your company's credit profile and financial health before agreeing to doing business with you. So you want to really have things really set up straightforward on that end. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here and make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. The next thing I want you to do here is to actually check your personal credit score. So when we talk about checking your personal credit score, of course, we are speaking about business credit. In the past, there was a possibility to actually separate your personal credit score from your business credit score. Going forward, in a post-COVID sort of era, a lot of lenders, a lot of credit unions, and a lot of vendors, they are looking at the possibility of you actually, for instance, having quote unquote a messed up personal credit score, even if your business credit score is actually pretty polished. So it's important to make sure that before you actually, if you're trying to build business credit a lot faster, you want to constantly look at your personal credit score. So you have all kinds of ways, all kinds of possibilities here. But the fastest here is to go to annualcreditreport.com. That way you have the ability to see what's really happening, what kind of data people are sharing about you on Equifax, on Experian, and TransUnion. So that's really good in terms of setting the records straight. And if there is a problem, you want to invalidate, if you will. You want to dispute that data a lot faster. And when it comes to disputing the data, you have the possibility to dispute the data with the data provider. In other words, the credit card issuer, or the lender, or even the organization that checked your credit in the first place, or that reported the data in the first place. Or you have the possibility to actually go directly to the credit bureau and actually dispute things there. But bottom line here is that your personal credit has an impact on your business credit. Okay, so the cleaner your personal credit is, the better it is for you, especially when it comes to you applying for very large loans. We're speaking about a commercial mortgage, or an equipment financing arrangement. So this is where your personal credit will play an important role. One thing I need to say also is that you also have to pay attention to the personal credit of the founders of the business. So if you have a single member LLC, no problem, you are by yourself, that's okay. But if you have a multi-member LLC and you have multiple general partners, or I mean not multiple partners, you want to make sure that they check their personal credit too, because what's going to happen here is that the vendor is not going to check only one credit score. That vendor or that lender is going to check multiple credit scores. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are talking about a business credit, how to get it and how to build it, and I'm sharing with you updated hacks that actually are pretty valid in a post-COVID environment. I want to talk to you now about the fourth step. You want to open a business credit card. See, the thing is that you have to really understand. I mean, if you are looking for ways to build business credit a lot faster, having a business credit card is kind of important. Now, when it comes to business credit card, you have the ability to get a secure business credit card, to have an unsecured business credit card, and you can also get a no PG, an EIN only business credit card. So we are speaking about a business credit card that doesn't ask for a personal guarantee. Either way, the bottom line here is that you want to get a business credit. You want to get a business credit card. If you want to build business credit a lot faster, a credit card is kind of important because lenders want to make sure that you are comfortable managing all kinds of credit products. So we are speaking about revolving lines of credit or installment loans too. Okay, so a business credit card in that sort of realm will help you a lot. And when we talk about business credit card, the very first thing to do is to actually get a business credit card from your bank, from the very bank where you are currently at. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to really apply. Like if you are with Chase, do not try to really apply for a business credit card from with U.S. Bank or a Key Bank. No, you want to apply for a business credit card with Chase so that you can actually you can consolidate not only your banking activities, but also your credit activities with the same institution. In other words, you want to have a multi-product relationship, an MPR, and that's going to help you actually build business credit a lot faster. And one thing I want to say is that you have the ability also to get a secure line of credit, a secure business line of credit. So the bottom line, you want to have like a revolving line of credit. So if you don't have a business credit card, try to have a not secure, just a regular business line of credit. Next, what you want to do is you want to be in a habit where you are paying creditors a lot faster. You want to pay creditors on time and early if possible. So this is actually one of the latest hacks that we have seen when it comes to building business credit. You want to really there is a big difference whether you pay someone 1 day in advance. I mean one day earlier than if you pay the person 10 days earlier. In other words, this speaks volumes about your ability to manage managing cash inflows and cash outflows. So you want to pay creditors on time, and I mean all kinds of creditors. Okay, we are talking about lenders. We're talking about credit card issuers. We are speaking about insurance providers. We are speaking about vendors. So all kinds of creditors, you have to pay them as early as possible, because this has a big impact on your business credit scores, especially on your Paydex. And the cool thing is you want to have a Paydex score that's at least 80. Okay, that's the minimum. It's not a minimum, but really that really shows a satisfactory management of your cash inflows and cash outflows. Okay, so payment history is the most important factor in determining your business credit score, especially nowadays in a post-COVID environment. And so making debt repayments on time and in full will help you build a stronger business credit profile over time. So while on-time payments are good, early payment is even better. So that's really cool. So as I said before, Dun & Bradstreet assigns better Paydex scores, which measures your business's payment history to companies that pay early, and that's what your vendors want to see when they actually contemplate doing business with you. Okay, that's really, I mean, in our opinion, that's really the best position to be in, especially when it comes to you're trying to build a long-term relationship with a vendor, and you're trying to really not only in terms of credit relationship but also operational relationship overall. In a post-COVID environment, if you're trying to build credit a lot faster, you want to establish trade lines with your suppliers. Now, when we talk about establishing trade lines with your suppliers, in the past we actually have seen a lot of business owners establishing trade lines with suppliers with whom they don't have a sustainable relationship. In other words, if you are in IT, don't try to really establish a trade line with a t-shirt provider. Okay, I mean, this might get you a net 30 account on your business credit profile, but it's not sustainable because you're not in the t-shirt business. If you are in the tech space, you want to really reach out to net 30 vendors in the tech space and see what you can have with them. So you have folks who supply you with chip providers or all that kind of stuff. So you want to actually establish those trade lines with those suppliers, and you want the establishment of trade lines to make sense, not only from a credit and a credit process or a credit point of view, but you want to look also from an operational point of view. So that's really important. And suppliers often extend trade credit, which allows you to pay several days or weeks after you receive the inventory, right? That's what we call usually a net 30 account. And so this type of accounts payable relationship can boost your business credit score, and provided that your supplier reports payments to a business credit bureau. That's one thing we have seen. So in a post-COVID era, basically if you ask the vendor, if you ask them, and you got to ask them specifically to report your data to the trade bureaus, I mean to the credit bureaus. Otherwise, they have no incentive to doing it. I mean, it's one of those things where it will cost them more money to actually please you, to do something to please you, than they would otherwise. But it is in your interest that your data be reported on a monthly basis so that your credit score will actually go up. So that's really cool in terms of you are planning your financial life, your business's financial life over time. So that's really cool in terms of seeking all kinds of opportunities. Okay, but make sure that you talk to the vendor and ask them specifically to please report your data to Dun& Bradstreet and also to the two other credit bureaus, by the way, because we are talking about Dun & Bradstreet, but we have to talk about Experian, but also Equifax. Next, I want you to think about choosing lenders that report to business credit bureaus. So kind of similar to like vendors that I was talking to about a little earlier. You want to really be strategic here, because when we talk about establishing relationships with lenders, not all lenders are actually judged like the same way, because the impact of their data provision to the credit bureaus is not the same thing. So you want to look for lenders that systematically actually report data to the credit bureaus. And you have four types of lenders. You have banks, you have credit unions, you have alternative lenders, and then you have online lenders. So when we talk about banks, we're speaking, of course, about the Chases of the world, Bank of America of the world. For credit unions, we are speaking about the Navy Fed, we're speaking about the America's Credit Union, and so on and so forth. When we talk about alternative lenders, we are speaking about Balboa Capital, for instance. And when we talk about online lenders, we are talking about fintechs such as Bluevine. So you want to make sure those lenders and others are reporting your data systematically to the credit bureaus. Okay, they need to have a sort of like a safe way, if you will, a gateway, if you will, between the company within the lender and the likes of Equifax, Experian, and Dun& Bradstreet. And it's important. It's important for them to actually report your data a lot faster. And the more the more consistent they are in terms of reporting your data, the better it is for you in terms of having all kinds of possibilities. Remember that if you need a loan, ask potential lenders whether they report data to business credit bureaus, and you want to weight their response against other factors of their offer, like interest rate, or or even the ancillary fees, to find the right fit. The next thing you want to do is, if you're trying to really build business credit, you want to look at the impact of derogatory items in a post-COVID environment. If you want to build credit a lot faster, you want to really avoid those judgments and liens, and bankruptcy filings in your business's name. All negatively impact your business credit score, that's for sure. And also, they will impact your personal life too. I mean, in case you file for bankruptcy on the personal level. And so unpaid taxes or business debt can result in a lien, granting creditors a legal right to seize your property to satisfy the debt. And unpaid debt may eventually result in a court ruling or a judgment against your business to collect the debt. So it's one of those things where you have to be in a situation where you see what really works for you. Okay. And when we talk about judgment and liens, we're talking about negative marks. Of course, that just makes sense. Derogatory marks, and those negative marks on your business credit report can haunt you. And Experian, for instance, keeps bankruptcies on business credit reports for nearly 10 years. Can you imagine? For 10 years, you are going to actually have to suffer the adverse consequences of the data that's on your business credit report. Okay, and tax liens, judgments, and collections can remain for almost 7 years. Next, and this is the final step that we have found here in terms of building credit faster, you want to keep your information current with all three business credit bureaus. And because it's important, because they are actually sharing data with the world about you personally, and also you business-wise. You want to make sure that you check your data to see if the data being reported is accurate. If it's not, you want to dispute the data with the person who reached out to them in the first place. So, as with personal credit, it's smart to keep tabs on your business credit report to ensure that all your information is accurate. You want to check your business credit score with all three business credit bureaus, Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian. As I said, you want to do this on a consistent basis, and that you want to ensure that all trade lines are accounted for and reported for for accuracy. If there are any errors, you want to report the errors as soon as possible. Whether the report revolves around your address or incorrect negative remarks. So you want to really reach out to the specific credit bureau that reported the data in the first place. So just remember that when we talk about business credit, especially in a post-COVID environment, we are speaking about you having the ability to get the business loan, the business line of credit, the business the equipment financing that you might need, among other things, to actually power up your business going forward. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I just want to quickly recap to this conversation. I spoke to you about business credit, and I'm sharing with you new and updated hacks to actually get it faster. And it's one of those things where the more you apply it, the better it is. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.